Hi there, this is Sage Canaday, and this is for all the runners in the Philippines. Really excited to hear that the running community there is growing, and just finished the 42K Annapurna Trail Marathon. It was the final of the Golden Trail Series. We had amazing runners like Kilian Jornet here. It was a really hard course, really challenging course, because we went up to high altitude with over 4,000 meters of climbing. It took me almost 6 hours to finish, and it was also very technical. So you have a mix in the trees with a lot of green, and then you go up and you get above tree line. You could see the big mountains, Annapurna, and it's just amazing, spectacular views, all the people cheering. It's a very exciting race, and yeah, just a really different experience, and a very, I'm tired now. It was hard. Yeah, variety. It's you're in the trees. There's a little mud.
What was your
There's
favorite
stairs.
part?
There's rocks. The top part on the ridge line.
Okay.
Just going up the top of the climb, because I could see the big mountain.
Yeah.
Was it Fishtail? Yeah, and Annapurna. And then doing the out and back part.
Force camp.
Yeah. Except the climbing part, the technical part, was a little hard for me, because there was one 100-meter section where it was like the rocks were really steep, and I kind of had to use my arms a little, which I'm not good with.
So how would you train for this differently?
I do more. I come here to train. I do more. I do some stair running, actually. I think some steps, and then I would do more steep trails, and then.
What about the altitude?
The altitude, I don't have an excuse, because I'm from Colorado. So I could have been up higher in Colorado to prepare for this. I was up pretty high. Like, I live at 1,600 meters, and I could go up to 4,000 meters. But in Colorado right now, it's starting to get really cold. Like in Boulder, we had a lot of snow, even in Boulder, so it's hard to drive up high for the last month or so.
So would you come back to Nepal and run
here?
Yeah,
I love it here. It's amazing. It's totally different from anywhere else in the world. Like, you go to see different races in different mountains, and each one is challenging in a different way. It's beautiful in a different way. This one definitely took me the longest. This is the longest time it's taken me to run 42K. But it was amazing. Like, just
it's gonna take us double that tomorrow.
The people, and there were so many local strong runners here too. Like, there were 4 or 5 of them ahead of me, and
you see the women.
Yeah, they were just flying. So really impressive
to
see.
I got a different kind of a question for you.
Yeah.
Why do you run?
Why do I run? Oh, that could be answered lots of ways.
So just give me your best answer.
I mean, there's health reasons. It's a passion. It's a hobby. It's a good way to explore. You can see lots of places faster than if you were walking. It's been I've been lucky to have some sponsors, so I've been able to travel a lot, and so it's allowed me to travel. So I'm really thankful for that. And then I like to connect with the community, so I make a lot of YouTube videos. When I meet people at races, it's a really cool group of people who have a similar interest and like the outdoors. They like the mountains. They like running together. So it's kind of a social thing too. All my friends are runners, so it's a good sport. It's full of good people, and then I could also eat more too. I eat more and have a little beer after a run. So it's a nice sport, but it's also, I think it motivates me to work hard, because the training's hard, the racing's hard, but it also feels good afterwards. You get that
what do you think about
benefits.
when you run?
It depends if I'm racing or if I'm training. I guess in hard workouts are like racing. If you're going hard, then you have to push, and sometimes in the second half of the race it gets very hard. So sometimes you try to just think about your form, how your muscles are moving. You try to think to relax. You try to think to appreciate your surroundings and appreciate the view, but then not trip and fall. So you still have to look at the trail and make sure you're not tripping on a rock. Sometimes I think about other things, music, or making a video. I don't listen, not when I'm racing usually, but on some long training runs by myself in Boulder, I listen to music, and then sometimes I run on a treadmill inside a gym, so definitely listen to music. But usually I don't listen to music. If it's maybe a really long ultra, maybe I would listen to music. But if it's a beautiful surroundings, then I'm I'm content just
I
looking
guess
around.
you guys are lucky you got to see some of the mountains in the morning.
Yeah,
Now
yeah.
it's all gone with the clouds.
Oh, it is. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It was a beautiful view. The first climb up, it was actually quite hot. But then you got above tree line and you could see the fish
So you're gonna
tail.
spend more time in Nepal and check out some areas, or?
We're gonna be staying around here the next couple of days and doing some fun activities, and then
Great. So you should come to US for us tomorrow.
to where?
The 55s and
Oh
100s.
yeah. I don't know what they have as planned for us because we're part of the Golden Trail Series group, so they say we're going here and doing this.
Yeah,
So
hopefully they'll bring you for the finish
yeah,
line.
I know there was an expo yesterday
So
too.
what was your favorite race ever?
Oh,
What's that
I don't
one
know if you
race
could pick
where you
one.
like, always go back to?
Well, I've done races a lot that I've done well at.
Yeah.
So when you have a really good performance, I think you kind of like the
Okay, how
race.
about this? It can be a race that you've done very well at, and it can be in Colorado.
It can't be in Colorado. I actually don't do very many races in Colorado.
Why not?
There aren't very many.
Okay.
There aren't very many. A lot of the mountains you can't race on.
Okay.
Yeah, Pikes Peak's one of the few races. So
Yeah.
usually I'm traveling outside of Colorado.
All right. So if I can ask my question a different way, what's that? What's the area or geography where you'd love to go back to the area and race again? Alps, Rockies.
Oh, you can't. You
Himalayas?
can't. I don't think you could pick one. Not the Rockies because I live in the Rockies, but I've gone
Andes?
over the years. I've gone back to the Alps a lot,
Yeah.
just because I was more familiar with UTMB and the ultras. But now that I've been here and seen the real big mountains, the biggest mountains in the world,
Oh, yeah.
it's kind of nice to see the differences and the challenge. So I guess I like to race in the mountains. I do road running too. I do flat running. I do a lot of the races in the U.S. are trails that are pretty flat. But I like the mountains, so I've picked mountain races. This whole Golden Trail series has been mountain races, iconic mountain races. So it's a lot of up and down, great views,
Namaste
beautiful
everybody
scenery.
and welcome.
All right. Thanks a lot.
Thank
Sid.
you, thank you.
We
Yeah.
wanted to start this
Congratulations.
program.
Yeah. Hi, this is Sage Canaday saying hi to all the fans in the Philippines. Thanks for following along. Really appreciate it.
Thank you.